Welcome back everybody to Need for Speed Most Wanted, and today we're going to be driving Taz's Lexus. It handles better but it is slower than the Golf. However, we will be using this Lexus, and the first thing we're going to start with is racing it a bit to our tastes. Well, just listen to that engine sound. Sounds so good. It feels a bit slower, but still at the same time it might be quicker, and the handling's better as well. Here we are in the performance shop. Now let's start by doing the performance. Engine, it's already got an engine in there. Transmission, it's already got a transmission. Suspension, we're going to put that in because he obviously hasn't put suspension in. That will improve the handling a lot. He's got the NOS. Tyres, we need to put those in. He hasn't put any tyres in. Brakes, yes, he's got those in. Turbo, oh, he's lacking a turbo. Look how much faster it will make the car go. Put a turbo in. We've actually turbocharged its 2JZ. Now we've made it the proper turbo one, not the naturally aspirated one. Because the IS300... Yeah, the IS300 came with the naturally aspirated 2JZ. Would have been even cooler if they had offered the turbocharged version, because that would have made it a lot better. And it will have made it a proper 4-door Supra. Body kits. This body kit is one that's generally not available to us, so we're going to keep it on for now. Spoilers, it's one that's generally not available to us, so we're going to keep it on right now. So there's nothing really to do to the bodywork, and I'm going to keep running it like this. We might as well do. And let's get started with the races. We're going to begin things off with this sprint. Here we are. Whoa, there's a Ferrari in this race. We're up against two Ferraris? How? Lexus versus two Ferraris and a Honda Civic Type R. We're going to need to use a lot of NOS, because there's two Ferraris. The Ferrari... Whoa, this Ferrari's so quick. Go in the barrier, go in the barrier. No, the Ferrari's refusing to give in. He's refusing to give in. There we go. The Lexus is in the lead, and the handling's so good, but it feels a bit boaty, probably due to this body kit. So might have to tune the handling a bit, especially with all these Ferraris in the race, because they're all over me. They're massively fast, those Ferraris. So they're practically cheating. But I don't think you unlock Ferraris until later on in the game in this mod. It would have been funny if he'd actually gone into that minivan, but we're ahead of him. I wished he'd gone into the driving the minivan. Whoa, there's a police car behind us. He hasn't quite detected us though. It would have been great to get the police on. They're coming after some of the traffic. No, some of the opponents, because if we'd got them on, they would have just taken the Ferrari out. And he just won't leave us alone. The orange Ferrari just won't leave us alone. No, no you don't, Ferrari. No you don't. Gonna use all our NOS. Gonna take the shortcuts this way and then go through the bus station. So, the Ferrari's made a mistake. Classic Ferrari mistake. Going through the bus station to see if that'll keep the Ferrari at bay. And I think it has done. Well, there's police. Still no police for us, but there's a lot for them. We're now using the NOS. And across the line we go. First place. Okay, so we're going to go to our next race now, and I would like to do a toll booth because they're short, simple and easy to do without stress, because you're just against the clock and not against other competitive cars. Here we go. That was quick, wasn't it? And we're going to do some tuning to the car. So let's just go into here, performance tuning. Just put the turbo and the NOS on max to get them kicking in, and improve the handling a little bit because it feels a bit boaty with this body kit on. Now let's try. Yes, the turbo is kicking in even more. We've gone full 4-door Supra with this Lexus IS300. Yeah, the UK got the IS200, which had a 2-litre 6-cylinder engine. So it would have been more interesting if they'd actually offered the 300, because the 200 was more common in the UK. I've seen more 200s than 300s. But I think that there might have been 300s, but more in the estate style, the sports cross, than in the saloon. And I think most of the IS300s sold in the UK were automatic only, whilst you could only get a manual with the IS200. Plus, the IS200 is cheaper to insure. It has less power, but then it's cheaper to insure. And it comes with a manual, like I said. And there were more saloons. The IS300 was a few saloons, but mostly estate and automatic. And we're now going past the stadium, and this car only has a 5-speed gearbox, so we've already reached our maximum speed. So maybe the turbo's kicking in a bit too much on the 4-door Supra, because we have a 4-door Skyline. It's just that we never got a 4-door Supra because Lexus didn't use the turbocharged 2JZ on the IS300. They would have been legends if they'd done that. But still got to commend Lexus for sharing an engine with the Supra, even though it wasn't the turbocharged version. And we have used the NOS, and across the line we go. Oh! He's mad.
These are my streets, you got that? You just bow out when you're told and everything will be cool.
Ooh, Vic's not happy that we're coming for him. And it's time for yet another toll booth, because those are the races that I like to ace through. 3, 2, 1. Off we go. I think this is similar to a toll booth we've already done in the Golf. Now let's see if the Lexus can hold up to it. Got to say the handling's definitely improved. It's a bit less boaty because the car handles well, but it just seems to be the body kit that makes it go a bit like a boat. I don't know about you, but I think tuning the handling has made quite a big difference to the way this car handles with the body kit on. And the NOS, it's not duration that we want, it's speed that we want, which is why we tune nitrous for more speed, because we want to get more speed. If you like your NOS to last longer and for duration, then we can't be friends, I'm sorry. We're about to go past the golf club, use a bit of NOS. So this is a slightly different toll booth track than the first one we did in the Golf, because I don't remember going this way in a previous episode with the Golf. And the motion blur is so real, so much like the Xbox 360 version, because we are using its textures. Whoa, yes, we are about to head back on the highway because we came off it, and now we've rejoined it. This is where the previous toll booth finished, before Vic got mad at us for trying to encroach on his territory. We are not encroaching on your territory. We're just winning races. You could have got mad at us when it's time for it, when we learned enough to take you on. It's too early, man. Now it's raining. I still can't believe that the IS300 only came with a 5-speed gearbox, because as far as I know, the Supra came with a 6-speed. I don't understand. Could it just be that this Lexus is automatic? And we have won again. Let's introduce ourselves to Speed Trap for the final event. Here we go, Speed Trap.
Speed Trap Racing is all about showcasing your ride's top end. The map will show you where the photo radar stations are located. through the traps as fast as you can. The highest overall speed through all the traps wins. Don't fall behind, or you lose points once the first racer crosses the line.
Here we go, a speed trap, and we're up against a 190E, and we're up against kind of the newer version of my car, the Lexus ISF, and we got a very poor start. The ISF was basically based on the second generation IS. They shoved a great big 5-litre V8 into it to compete with the BMW M3 and Mercedes C63. And they made a huge fast sporting saloon and called it the ISF, because the M3 and the C63 at the time also came with V8s. So Lexus decided to take the V8 from the LS 500 and stick it in the IS to make it the ISF. Well, its V8 does not sounds a bit raspy, but it's something that we might try out, but it probably won't handle that well, because it didn't handle that well in undercover. So I think we might just get it as a pursuit car when we unlock it, and then use like a Skyline R32 or R34 for the races. You just need to get ahead of the Audi A3. Though fortunately it slowed down, and we are going through these cameras at rapid speed. And was that the 190 trying to get all over us? I'm sure it was. Well, I think this IS300 might be automatic, because I think they did manual versions in America, but I'm not sure. It might have been automatic only over there as well. It might just be that the IS300 everywhere, even though it was more sold in America than over here, came with an automatic. And now the M3 only had the V8 for the E90, E91, E92 generation, and we have won the race.
Hey, you're really holding it down out there. I can't believe how deep this thing goes. I can't wait to see what the setup is in Camden Beach. I heard the odds might be better. We'll see. Keep smoking these guys out. Razor's out there. It's just a matter of time. I'll see ya.
Okay. Oh, police might be all over us. And that is it for this episode. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Please make sure to pound that like button, subscribe if you are a new viewer, and I shall see you guys next time. Until then, stay safe. Peace.